I want to hear a new Tyson James song before I start.
These days, work moves fast. That's where Grammarly comes in.
My soul. I ain't tryna sell my soul. And God is my witness.
In Utah?
I don't need the fame or gold. I'm gonna stand on business. No, I would never sell my soul.
I would never sell my soul for no cake. I don't need that red carpet below me, it's so fake. Ain't nobody special, we all flimsy like a snowflake. Devil taking no breaks, ain't living for my own sake. My bones ache, get the smoke in the mirrors. Cause when that spirit hit, I ain't broken with tears. Been hoping for years that everyone would see the absurdity. They would turn cause it ain't worth you burning for eternity. I don't need to have my name in the lights. Glorify the Father cause that fame is a vice. Seen many fall to it, we can all do it. King Saul with that pride, we could all fall. Look, even Paul blew it. Look, the thing I know is right, man, I don't do. I know that the devil comes as light, I'm trying to know you, man. I know them shiny things try to captivate. That's when the Holy Spirit activate. I'm not for sale.
And God is my witness. I don't need the fame or gold. I'm gonna stand on business. No, I would never sell my soul.
Forget that contract, no, I would never sign that. Jesus is the reason for my rise, I can't deny that. Look, been in the deep, you been asleep, but this a buyback. You are the weak, we are his sheep, we ought to fight back. How many people you see fall for the tricks? They opened up that door and now they all in the mix. It's such a trip, how one little slip, it make you sell out. You was in the script but did the flip and now you hellbound. Fame is one hell of a drug. You get a little taste, but it's never enough. A venomous touch, now you think you leveling up. That pride will get up in your head and now it's ready to bust. Look, God will let you rise up to the top and let it crumble. It's better to be wise and never stop being humble. The devil give you things just to let your guard down. If you can't see it, better start now. I ain't for sale.
And God is my witness. I don't need the fame or gold. I'm gonna stand on business. No, I would never sell my soul.
Not bad. A little softer. Like, I don't mean softer, but like, more of a kind of a, you know what I'm saying. I don't mind that he does some like soft songs sometimes. Everybody does that on an album. You got to have a couple soft songs for the ladies. All right. I don't need these headphones on now. What's up, C-Sal? Me, myself, and I. Are you crazy? What's good? We're on Jeremiah 6. So I think these are long chapters. So I think we're moving past Jerusalem and we're going to be focusing on Judah now. And Judah's in trouble too. They're all in trouble. Babylon's coming for all of them. So without any further ado, let's get into this. Where we leave off? All right. Well, okay. We were talking about Jerusalem. This is more Jerusalem, but then we're going to get to Judah in chapter 7. O ye children of Benjamin, gather yourselves to flee out of the midst of Jerusalem, and blow the trumpet in Tekoa, and set up a sign of fire in Beth-Haxarim, for evil appeareth out of the north, and great destruction. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. The shepherds with their flocks shall come unto her. They shall pitch their tents against her round about. They shall feed every one in his place. Prepare ye war against her. Arise, and let us go up at noon. Woe unto us, for the day goeth away, for the shadows of the evening are stretched out. Arise, and let us go by night, and let us destroy her palaces. For thus hath the Lord of hosts said, Hew ye down trees, and cast a mount against Jerusalem. This is the city to be visited. She is holy oppression. She is holy oppression in the midst of her. She is holy oppression in the midst of her. As a fountain casteth out her waters, so she casteth out her wickedness. Violence and spoil is heard in her. Before me continually is grief and wounds. Be thou instructed, O Jerusalem, lest my soul depart from thee, lest I make thee desolate, a land not inhabited. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall thoroughly glean the remnant of Israel as a vine. Turn back thine hand as a grape gatherer into the baskets. To whom shall I speak and give warning, that they may hear? Behold, their ear is uncircumcised, and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of the Lord is unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it. Whew, I like that. I can't reach my Sharpie. To whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? Behold, their ear is uncircumcised, and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of the Lord is unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it. Therefore I am full of the fury of the Lord. I am weary with holding it in. I am weary with holding in. I will pour it out upon the children abroad, and upon the assembly of young men together. For even the husband with the wife shall be taken, the aged with him that is full of days. And their houses shall be turned unto others, with their fields and wives together. For I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord. For from the least of them even unto the greatest of them, every one is given to covetousness. And from the prophet even unto the priest, every one dealeth falsely. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, Peace, peace, when there is no peace. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore they shall fall among them that fall. At the time that I visit them, they shall be cast down, saith the Lord. I love this fiery Old Testament stuff. I don't know how people just like skip the Old Testament. It's crazy to me. This is the best part. Story-wise, the Gospels and all that stuff. Well, no, I won't. Well, it's all good, but I like this Old Testament stuff. Good luck? Good luck with what? I'm getting my taxes done and can't listen. How can you not listen while you do? I did my taxes on stream. I didn't show anybody, but I think I did something wrong. I'm not happy about all that. Anyway, thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. Therefore Hear, ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. To what purpose cometh there to me incense from Sheba? This is what that song, I think this is where that, but he must be reading from a different translation, or he took a little bit of uh poetic um what's it called?
Hundreds of men, women, and children gunned down in their cars, homes, and at a rave. Dozens more captured and taken into Gaza.
Just another Sabbath day in Israel, but we don't take it serious. I'm headed to the rave now, where we gon' get delirious. I'm meeting all my people there. Yeah, I know it's evil there, but we like our freedom, plus all the drugs are legal there. The music's so good, we having fun. The drugs are kicking in, but I keep hearing this gun. I must be tripping. I know I'm pretty high, but I keep hearing these cries. So I look up and I'm seeing paratroopers in the sky. They got guns and they shooting so
Now I'm running down.
I can feel the bullets by my head,
So I'm ducking down.
My friend just got shot. She's bleeding, but I gotta leave, they coming. Man, I should have been with God's people, but
I was out clubbing.
Now I'm running for my life. I see flash by me like, is this how I'ma die? But I'm a good person, didn't steal, I didn't lie. I promise I'll comply. I look up to the sky like, God, why? God says, you broke my Sabbath. You don't worship me, you worship planets. I've been a holy God since I began it. I'm trying to woo my people, but it seems you've fallen into what is evil. And I will not be mocked, you're not my equal. You claim to be my bride, but you are on the path that's very wide. You've been defying me for centuries. Now you gon' see me slide. Ask the people what happened. In the desert they just died. I kept them fed, kept them clothed, and they still wouldn't comply. But you are different, cause through my son
I made a way.
But you don't wanna go through him, so
You are gonna pay.
I've held my wrath back, I've kept the enemy at bay. You think that you are strong, but I'll watch you break like clay. You're pagan idols, you'd rather have position and a title. You deny the son and you will see that he is vital. It's a cycle and I'm done. In my Bible I have won. If you are my disciple, you would try to see my son, but you're not. You will stand before a holy God guilty. My bride's without blemish. You have been filthy. I've warned you to come back to me, and my spirit convicts, but you'd rather be free. You who are witnesses, observe what will happen to them. Here you.
To what purpose cometh there to me incense from Sheba, and the sweet cane from a far country? Your burnt offerings are not acceptable, nor your sacrifices sweet unto me. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will lay stumbling blocks before this people, and the fathers and the sons together shall fall upon them. The neighbor and his friend shall perish. Thus saith the Lord, behold, a people cometh from the north country, and a great nation shall be raised from the sides of the earth. They shall lay hold on bow and spear. They are cruel and have no mercy. Their voice roareth like the sea, and they ride upon horses set in array as men for war against thee, O daughter of Zion. So I think this is what he's quoting here.
Earth, I am bringing disaster on this people, the fruit of their schemes, because they have not listened to my words and have rejected my law. What do I care about incense from Sheba or sweet calamus from a distant land? Your burnt offerings are not acceptable. Your sacrifices do not please me. Therefore, this is what the Lord says. I will put obstacles before this people.
Stumbling
Parents
blocks.
and children alike will stumble over them. Neighbors and friends will perish. This is what the Lord says. Look, an army is coming from the north. A great nation is being stirred from the ends of the earth. They are armed with bow and spear. They are cruel and show no mercy. They sound like the roaring sea as they ride on their horses. They come like men in battle formation to attack you.
So that is what he's reading, but he's reading a different translation. We have heard the fame thereof. Our hands wax feeble. Anguish hath taken hold of us, and pain, as of a woman in travail. Go not forth into the field, nor walk by the way, for the sword of the enemy and fear is on every side. O daughter of my people, gird thee with sackcloth, and wallow thyself in ashes. Make thee mourning as for an only son. Most bitter lamentations, for the spoiler shall suddenly come upon us. I have set thee for a tower and a fortress among my people, that thou mayest know and try their way. They are all grievous revolters, walking with slanders. They are brass and iron. They are all corrupters. The bellows are burned, the lead is consumed of the fire. The founder melteth in vain, for the wicked are not plucked away. Reprobate silver shall men call them, because the Lord hath rejected them. What? I'm streaming. Yeah. Yeah. Some sometimes they won't let you write certain messages, or they'll. Unless there was another mod there doing it, I can't think of. Yeah, YouTube's getting crazy. And- Ever since sending the donuts. Okay, see ya. He said I was censoring his comments last night, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "I guess he was saying something about Maryland." And he's like, he texted me all pissed off. He's like, "Why are it's not Bible study? Why are you censoring my comments? Why are you tone policing me when it's not Bible time? Why can't?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Because he sent it to me during the Monday night show last night. I was like, "What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't see you say anything bad, and I didn't delete any of your comments." And so I guess he asked King. King said he didn't delete any comments, so he messaged me back, and he's like, "Well, King says he didn't do it, so it must have been you." I was like, "No, I didn't do anything." So he just called me, and he said YouTube AI. They did recently switch over, and I think that's what's happening. I think that's why a lot of channels are getting hit. They switched over to a new AI algorithm or a new AI censorship monitor. So they've always had like AI algorithms and sensors and stuff like that was always through AI, but they switched to a new system now, and everybody's getting hit. So even comments, if you write comments and YouTube doesn't like them, the AI, you can send them and then the AI deletes them. Or at least that's our theory right now, because I didn't delete none of his comments. King didn't delete none of his comments. And I don't know any other mods who were there. Seasal, the account she's coming in, she's not even a mod. Unless Auntie was lurking. Auntie was there. No, Auntie's not a mod. What am I thinking? Oh, I was thinking Rome. Rome wouldn't do it. Uh, Jeremy wouldn't do it. I can't think of any mods that I have that would delete Avarice's comments. I told you that 2 weeks ago. You need to trust me. You will not be the first and will not be the last. Tax correction form 1040X. Yeah, so I can do that. I can redo my taxes. I don't know. It's such a hassle. I don't even know if it's going to make a difference. And I don't even remember what I marked on there for. Only thing I can think of is that I did a different relation status. I think normally I do single, and I think this time I did married and separated. I think usually I do single and it's more. Or maybe vice versa. Maybe this time I did single, but usually I do. Have many times it's easy. Can I do that on H&R Block? Because that's where I did my taxes, is H&R Block. I go to H&R Block and can I find it there? But I have to do it before they send the refund, right? Like they're already processing it. Yes, I have to do it before they send the refund, and yes, it's on H&R Block. H&R Block. Official site. File your own taxes. One second. No, unless you get more than you should. I think I'm going to get less than I should. That's the problem. If I was going to get more than I should, I wouldn't I wouldn't bother with it. But I think I don't know what I did, but I think I'm getting way less than I should. Sorry, it's not tax time right now, but I don't do this. My filing summary. Complete personal 1040. File access your returns to check income and April. How to check your tax refund, new tax laws, refund advance, getting. View my filing summary. Change my password. File an amended return. Is it file an amended return? Let's get started. One-time $10 fee for filing amended return. Well, I don't want to do that unless I want to go through this and then see if it comes out differently. No. I want to see what I marked here. I'm not going to do this all right now. I just want to look at something. Refund amount, total payments, tax summary. Zero file, you choose an electronic. Gross. I want to see what I did on my relation. I did single. I did single. So if I do married and separated, would it be more or less? See, I think I usually do married and separated. Single or specifically head of it generally yields a larger refund than married filing separately. Single specifically head of household, if you have dependents, generally yields a larger refund than married filed separately. While married filing jointly offers the best tax benefits, separating couples often lose out on credits and face a lower standard deduction compared to single filers or head of household. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. If I had kids, it would make a difference, but you are still considered married by the IRS if you're not legally divorced. You cannot claim many tax credits and have a lower standard deduction than filing jointly. So technically I was supposed to do married filing separately. I just, like, I consider myself single. But look and see which more gets you more. But when do I have to pay the $10? Anyway, let's keep reading. Does she file on your name? She lives in Guatemala. Do they even do taxes in Guatemala? I don't think she does taxes like that. I don't know how that works, but anyway. Chapter 7. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Stand in the gate of the Lord's house, and proclaim there this word, and say, Hear the word of the Lord, all ye of Judah, that enter in at these gates to worship the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Amend your ways and your doings, and I will cause you to dwell in this place. Trust ye not in lying words, saying, The temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord are these. For if ye thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, if ye thoroughly execute judgment between a man and his neighbor, if ye oppress not the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, and shed not innocent blood in this place, neither walk after other gods to your hurt, then will I cause you to dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers, forever and ever. Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit. Will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal, and walk after other gods whom ye know not? And come and stand before me in this house, which is called by my name, and say, We are delivered to do all these abominations. In this house, which is called by my name, become a den of robbers in your... is this house, which is called by my name, become a den of robbers in your eyes? Behold, even I have seen it, saith the Lord. But go ye now unto my place, which was in Shiloh, where I set my name at the first, and see what I did to it for the wickedness of my people Israel. And now, because ye have done all these works, saith the Lord, and I spake unto you, rising up early and speaking, but ye heard not, and I called you, but ye answered not. Therefore will I do unto this house which is called by my name, wherein ye trust, and unto the place which I gave to you and to your fathers, as I have done to Shiloh. And I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim. Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. The Queen of Heaven is a false god? Shocker. That's kind of specific. It's almost like God is not a woman. Do they provoke me to anger, saith the Lord? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, Behold, mine anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man and upon beast, and upon the trees of the field, and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn and shall not be quenched. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Put your burnt offerings unto your sacrifices, and eat flesh. For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt, concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. But this thing commanded I them, saying, Obey my voice, and I will be your God, and ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. But they hearkened not, nor inclined their ear, but walked in the counsels and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward. Since the day that our fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt, unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearkened not unto me, nor inclined their ear, but hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee. But thou shalt say unto them, This is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of the Lord their God, nor receiveth correction. Truth is perished and is cut off from their mouth. Cut off thine hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it away, and take up a lamentation on high places. For the Lord hath rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath. For the children of Judah have done evil in my sight, saith the Lord. They have set their abominations in the house which is called by my name to pollute it. And they have built the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I commanded them not, neither came it into my heart. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be called Tophet, nor the valley of the son of Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter. For they shall bury in Tophet till there be no place. And the carcass of this people shall be meat for the fowls of the heaven, and for the beasts of the earth, and none shall fray them away. Then will I Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and from the streets of Jerusalem the voice of mirth, and the voice of gladness, and the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride, for the land shall be desolate. God ain't playing, man. I need to highlight something real quick. We're on chapter 8. These highlighters are no good, man. They do not last very long. I mean, I guess I use them a lot, but back to work. Take care of your busyness. All right, chapter 8. At that time, saith the Lord, they shall bring out the bones of the kings of Judah, and the bones of his princes, and the bones of the priests, and the bones of the prophets, and the bones of the inhabitants of Jerusalem out of their graves. And they shall spread them before the sun, and the moon, and all the host of heaven, whom they have loved, and whom they have served, and after whom they have walked, and whom they have sought, and whom they have worshipped. They shall not be gathered, nor be buried. They shall be for dung upon the face of the earth. Basically going to be like piles of duty. And the death shall be chosen, and death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family, which remain in all the places whither I have driven them, saith the Lord of hosts. See, so here's something that, I don't want to go into all that right now. We're just going to keep reading. Moreover, thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord, shall they fall and not arise? Shall he turn away and not return? When then is this people of Jerusalem slidden back by a perpetual backsliding? They hold fast deceit. They refuse to return. I hearkened and heard, but they spake not aright. No man repented him of his wickedness, saying, What have I done? Everyone turned to his course, as the horse rusheth into battle. Yea, the stork in the heaven knoweth her appointed times, and the turtle, and the crane, and the swallow observe the time of their coming. But my people know not the judgment of the Lord. How do we say we are wise, and the law of the Lord is with us? Lo, certainly in vain made he it. The pen of the scribes is in vain. The wise men are ashamed. They have dismayed and taken. Lo, they have rejected the word of the Lord, and what wisdom is in them? Therefore will I give their wives unto others, and their fields to them that shall inherit them. For every one, from the least even unto the greatest, is given to covetousness, from the prophet even unto the priest, for every one dealeth falsely. For they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, Peace, peace, when there is no peace. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore shall they fall among them that fall. In the time of their visitation they shall be cast down, saith the Lord. I will surely consume them, saith the Lord. There shall be no grapes on the vine, nor figs on the fig tree, and the leaf and the leaf shall fade, and the things that I have given them shall pass away from them. Why do we sit still? Assemble yourselves, and let us enter into the defense cities, and let us be silent there. For the Lord our God hath put us to silence, and given us water of gall to drink, because we have sinned against the Lord. We looked for peace, but no good came, and for a time of health, and behold, trouble. The snorting of his horses was heard from Dan. The whole land trembled at the sound of the neighing of his strong ones. For they are come and have devoured the land and all that is in it, the city and those that dwell therein. For behold, I will send serpents, cockatrices among you, which will not be charmed, and they shall bite you, saith the Lord. When I would comfort myself against sorrow, my heart is faint in me. Behold, the voice of the city, of the daughter of my people, because of them that dwell in a far country. Is not the Lord in Zion? Is not her king in her? Why have they provoked me to anger with their graven images and with strange vanities? Strange vanities. And then in Ecclesiastes, Solomon talks about how without God, all of life is vanity. And he talks about his multiple wives. These are strange vanities. And it's condemned. Actually, I'm never going to be remember where this verse is. Some people might read where it says, I will take your wives and give them to other people. And they might think that that means polygamy. It doesn't. There's multiple guys there, and they all have wives. The harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved. For the hurt of the daughter of my people am I hurt. I am black. Astonishment hath taken hold on me. don't let Chris Terry and Freddie hear that. God said, I am black. Uh-oh. Is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered? Chapter 9. Let's see if we can do 10 chapters today. Get back on track. Chapter 9. Oh, that my head were waters and my eyes a fountain of tears, that I might weep day and night for the slain of the daughter of my people. Jeremiah, once again, the weeping prophet. Jeremiah is always crying. You know, we say men shouldn't cry, but if God's telling you that he's about to wipe out everyone you know, you might cry. And it's also not an emotional crybaby crying. It's like Jesus wept. When Jesus wept, it's not because he was sad. It's not because of sadness. Oh, I'm sad. It was because he could see. He could see that the people couldn't see. It was more of a knowing weeping than a boo-hoo, I'm sad. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them. For they be all adulterers, an assembly of treacherous men. and they bend their tongues like their bow for lies. Oh, ooh, that's good. So, oh my gosh, I wish I could debate that Rob guy because he says adultery only applies to women in the Bible. Found something that debunks that. God is calling these men adulterers. All these wicked men who did evil in the eyes of the Lord, who multiplied wives unto themselves. Marte was like, I can set that debate up with Glenn for you. No, not trying to dog on Glenn, but he's not the best debater. And yeah, frankly, if he challenges me, I'll take the challenge. If anybody challenges me, I'll take the challenge. But if I'm gonna challenge somebody, I want them to be qualified. I thought only women could be adulterous. Men can't be adulterous. Of course they can. That's crazy. And they bend their tongues like their bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth. For they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith the Lord. Take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother. For every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders. That's based. And they will deceive every one his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies, and weary themselves to commit iniquity. Thine habitation is in the midst of deceit. Through deceit they refuse to know me, saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will melt them. I will melt them. Dang, that's the first time I've heard that verbiage. That's crazy. Dude, God is awesome. Behold, I will melt them. You know how hot it has to be for you to melt? I don't even know if that's possible. Well, yeah, God could do it. I will melt them and try them. For how shall I do for the daughters of my people? Their tongue is as an arrow shot out. It speaketh deceit. One speaketh peaceably to his neighbor with his mouth, but in heart he layeth his wait. Shall I not visit them for these things, saith the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? For the mountains will I take up a weeping and wailing, and for the inhabitations of the wilderness a lamentation, because they are burned up, so that none can pass through them. Neither can men hear the voice of the cattle. Both the fowl of the heavens and the beast are fled, they are gone. And I will make Jerusalem heaps, and a den of dragons, and I will make the cities of Judah desolate, without an inhabitant. Who is the wise man that may understand this? And who is he to whom the mouth of the Lord hath spoken, that he may declare it? For what the land perisheth, and is burned up like a wilderness, that none passeth through. And the Lord saith, because they have forsaken my law, which I set before them, and have not obeyed my voice, neither walked therein, but have walked after the imagination of their own heart, and after Balaam, which their fathers taught them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will feed them, even this people, with wormwood, and give them water of gall to drink. I will scatter them also among the heathen, whom neither they nor their fathers have known, and I will send a sword after them, till I have consumed them. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider ye, and call for the mourning women, that they may come, and send for cunning women, that they may come, and let them make haste and take up a wailing for us, that our eyes may run down with tears, and our eyelids gush out with waters. For a voice of wailing is heard out of Zion. How are we spoiled? We are greatly confounded, because we have forsaken the land, because our dwellings have cast us out. Yet hear the word of the Lord, O ye women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing, and every one her neighbor lamentation. For death has come up into our windows, and has entered into our palaces, to cut off the children from without, and the young men from the streets. Speak, thus saith the Lord, even the carcass of men shall fall as dung upon the open field, and as the handful after the harvestman, and none shall gather them. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in those things I delight, saith the Lord. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised. Egypt and Judah and Edom and the children of Ammon and Moab and all that are in the utmost corners that dwell in the wilderness. For all these nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart. I'm glad I got circumcised. Dang. Chapter 10. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the sign of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. This is Jeremiah 10, 2 through 7, I believe. This is what people will reference when they say Christmas is pagan and Christians shouldn't celebrate Christmas because Jeremiah 10, 2 says, or Jeremiah 10, 3 and 4 says, don't make Christmas trees. It's not what it says. We've shown, they deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright. That's another thing. Fastening with nails and a hammer is kind of also a bit of a messianic prophecy. So they would make these idols of these different gods out of a log, and then that becomes a Yule log. And then Ishtar, her shape, her wings kind of look like a Christmas tree. So that's where people kind of make the connection that this is talking about a Christmas tree. But it's Ishtar. It's a log that they carve into the shape of a god, and then they nail it up to the wall with nails and a hammer, similarly to how Jesus gets nailed to a tree with nails and a hammer. And also we see the reference of nails and the hammer with like bond servants who want to when they're set free, if they want to stay, they nail their earlobe to a door frame. It's a symbolic thing, and it's also prophecy. It's a messianic prophecy of Jesus being nailed up. But this is not a Christmas tree. This is not talking about a Christmas tree, okay? When people tell you that, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know the history of paganism. They don't know the Bible. They're just repeating what they read on memes and they saw on TikTok. And it's an op to basically attack Christians, to shame Christians into thinking that our holidays are all pagan. It's nonsense. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. For as much as there is none like unto me, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. See, They cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. They can't do either because they're just Satan bots. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Oh no, that was talking about they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. That's talking about the idols, not the people who worship them. The idols can't do good or evil because they're inanimate objects. They can't do anything. For as much as there is none like unto me, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Who would not fear thee, O King of nations? For to thee doth it appertain, for as much as among all the wise men of the nations and in all their kingdoms there is none like unto thee. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanities. Silver spread into plates is brought from Tarshish, and gold from Uphaz, the work of the workman and of the hands of the founder. Blue and purple is their clothing. They are all the work of cunning men. Cunning is a word. This is what the snake was called. The serpent in the garden was called cunning. Jacob, the heel catcher, was cunning. Israel is cunning. Cunning is not a good thing. Now, I believe, and this is what Gnostics will point out, that Jesus is called cunning also. And that's why the Gnostics say that the serpent is actually Jesus in the garden and that God is the evil demiurge. Let me see if this is true, if I'm remembering right. Jesus called cunning. Oh. No. Not why did Jesus call the Canaanite woman a dog? Maybe I'm just quoting something I heard from some Gnostic or some pagan on the internet. I didn't fact check it. But I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay. Jesus does not call himself cunning. Nobody calls Jesus cunning, but he instructs his disciples to be cunning as serpents and harmless as doves. This instruction emphasizes using shrewdness, wisdom, and strategic thinking to navigate difficult situations while remaining innocent and compassionate rather than using deceit. Shrewdness, using shrewdness. When you're dealing with a bunch of degens, sometimes you got to be a little shrew. Sometimes you got to be cunning like the serpent, but harmless as doves. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody needs to send that verse. I need to send that verse to Andrew Wilson next time he's in a debate with a Christian piety signaler, virtue signaler, saying, you're so mean, your tone, and blah, blah, blah. Next time somebody says that to him, he needs to bust out this verse right here. Somebody clip this and send it to Andrew and tell him, JS said, drop this verse on him next time. Jesus tells the disciples to be cunning as serpents and wise as doves. And cunning's not generally a good thing. It's not a nice thing. Like, cunning is, it doesn't mean, they say wise here on Google, wisdom. It's not necessarily wise. It's more tricky. But Jacob was tricky. Israel's tricky. It's but you don't deceive them. You don't lie to them. But sometimes you got to be sharp. You got to say, "No, woman, it's not my time right now," like Jesus said to Mary. Sometimes you got to say, Are you going to bite the hand that feeds you? Sometimes you got to be a little, you got to call them vipers. Sometimes you got to call out the nonsense, and you got to be a little harsh with it, a little sharp. But people don't like that. People skip over that verse, I guess. And he's also talking about how the disciples are going to come against opposition, and how you may have to hide, you may have to be slick, you may have to talk slick. Shrewdness. Cunning means shrewdness. It refers to being perceptive, discerning, and wise. Okay, they say wise, often likened to the intelligence of a snake in avoiding danger. Shrewdness must be balanced with harmlessness of a dove. So you can't just be cunning, but you also have to be harmless. While cunning is sometimes used negatively in the Bible to describe deceitful men, in this specific context, Jesus is encouraging godly wisdom and preparedness. It's also true that when Jesus says this is New Testament, so it's Greek. Hebrew cunning is usually more of a negative thing. But in the Greek in the New Testament, he's saying cunning more of you got to be shrewd, but harmless. Because, see, this in the Old Testament, it's saying they are all the work of cunning men. And this is a bad thing. What is all these alerts on my phone? But the Lord is the true God. He is the living God and an everlasting King. At his wrath, the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to abide his indignation. Thus shall ye say unto them, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall perish from the earth, and from under these heavens. He hath made the earth by his power, he hath established the world by his wisdom, and hath stretched out the heavens by his discretion. When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. Every man is brutish in his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image. For his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them. They are vanity, and the work of errors. In the time of their visitation they shall perish. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Gather up thy wares out of the land, O inhabitant of the fortress. For thus saith the Lord, behold, I will sling out the inhabitants of the land at this once, and will distress them, that they may find it so. Woe is me for my hurt, my wound is grievous. But I said, truly, this is a grief, and I must bear it. My tabernacle is spoiled, and all my cords are broken. My children are gone forth of me, and they are not. There is none to stretch forth my tent any more, and to set up my curtains. For the pastors are become brutish, and have not sought the Lord. Therefore they shall not prosper, and all their flocks shall be scattered. Behold, the noise of the brute is come, and a great commotion out of the north country, to make the cities of Judah desolate, and a den of dragons. O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. I wonder if, when it's saying a den of dragons here, if it's talking about Asian people, like what we would consider Asian people. Because in Revelation, there's the nation of the dragon, and that's the land of the north. It would be the northeast, because this is Israel. North of them would be like what we now call Asia. Is Iran in Asia? Some of the Middle East is in Asia, or Iraq, or Iran in Asia. But a den of dragons, yes, Iran is located in Asia. And we typically, in Revelation, when it talks about the dragon and the bear, I forget what the four animals are, the dragon, the tiger, the lion, and the eagle, I think. That's why it's funny that Iran's flag has a lion on it, but they're actually the dragons. They're not the lion. What are the four beasts? I think there's a bear too, which I think is like Russia, but Russia's also in Asia. But you have to remember, our borders now are not the same as they were then. What are the four beasts in Revelation? It's also in Daniel 7. Lion, calf, man, and flying eagle. Saying those are cherubim. Is that? That's not what I'm thinking of. They're similar to the being seen in Ezekiel's vision in Ezekiel 1:10. We're not at Ezekiel yet. First beast was a lion, second beast like a calf. The man and the eagle. What am I thinking of? What's in Daniel? First four beasts in Daniel 7. This is what I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm thinking of. Daniel 7. The four beasts that represent the powerful world empires. So there's the lion with eagle's wings. Gryffindor. There's a griffin. There's a bear, which I kind of think of Medo-Persian Empire. Medo-Persian Empire. But nowadays, what would be the lion? But that's the Babylonian Empire. Is the lion with the eagle's wings, which now I think of as America. America is the new Babylon. And Babylon will fall. The bear, I kind of attribute to Russia, but probably just because I've seen pictures of Putin fighting a bear. So maybe that's why I say that. The third beast is the leopard with four heads. That's the Greeks. So that's probably be like Europe. And then the fourth is the dragon. Which here it says it represents Rome. The fourth beast, terrifying, dreadful, with iron teeth and 10 horns. That's the dragon. And that's Rome. Granted, this is gotquestions.org saying what they think that these four represent. But my guess is just as good as their guess. So I knew it was a leopard, a bear, and a lion, and a dragon. 3 conquered nations: Babylon, Lydia, Egypt, like a leopard with 4 heads. The great beasts, which are 4 kings which arise out of the earth. But does Daniel say, or are they just guessing? Now I kind of want to go read Daniel 7. But it says Den of Dragons. I just wondered if that is like pointing to the people from the north that will come and conquer. That would be the Babylonians, though. Daniel 7 is saying, or this website is saying that the dragon is Rome. Oh, this whole chapter is highlighted. I think I did a whole breakdown of this years ago. King of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by the night. And behold, the four winds of the heavens strove upon the great sea, and four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse from one another. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. Behold, another beast, a second like a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, Arise, devour much flesh. After this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast also had 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. So the reason I say it's a dragon is because in Revelation it talks about a dragon with 10 horns. So it doesn't say that it's a dragon, but I'm picturing something like Leviathan. And Leviathan could breathe fire. Leviathan didn't have feet, though. So I don't know. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up a little horn before one of the 3 horns plucked up by the roots. Behold, and his horns were like the eyes of a man, and the mouth speaking great things. A fiery stream. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. That's the wheels. Those are the Oraphim. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him 1,000. So I don't think it says, unless he gives an interpretation of this stream later. Daniel was grieved in spirit. It came near unto one of them and stood and asked the truth of all this. He told me and made known the interpretation of these things. These great beasts, which are 4 kings, which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Then I would know the truth of the 4th beast, which was diverse from all, the others exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron and his nails of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the others which came up, and before whom he fell, even of the horn that had eyes, I beheld in the same horn made war, until the Ancient of Days came, and the judgment was given in the Most High. Thus he saith, the 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. Hope that's not America. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are the 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time, and times, and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitations much trouble me, and my countenance changed in me, but I kept the matter in my heart. So is it possible they were heavy microdosing? No. No, because we're not dumb hippies. 23. O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. Yeah, I'm sure Steelman would tell you that that's what it all is. But, I wouldn't recommend listening to anything he says. O Lord, correct me, but with judgment, not in thine anger, lest thou bring me to nothing. Pour out thy fury upon the heaven, that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name. For they have eaten up Jacob, and devoured him, and consumed him, and have made his habitation desolate. It's a dream he had. Technically, a dream is a DMT trip. If that's true, that your brain releases DMT into your pineal gland or whatever when you dream. That's what Joe Rogan said. I don't know if it's true, but if that's true, then dreams can be like hallucinations. But no, he's sleeping when he says that. It's a dream he had. Chapter 11. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Hear ye the words of this covenant, and speak unto the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and say thou unto them, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt from the iron furnace, saying, Obey my voice and do them, according to all which I command you. So shall ye be my people, and I will be your God, that I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Then answered I and said, So be it, O Lord. Then the Lord said unto me, Proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, Hear ye the words of this covenant, and do them. For I earnestly protested unto your fathers in the day that I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, even unto this day, rising early and protesting, saying, Obey my voice. Yet they obeyed not, nor inclined their ear, but walked every one in the imagination of their evil heart. Therefore I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do, but they did them not. And the Lord said unto me, A conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers, which refused to hear my words, and they went after other gods to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant, which I made with their fathers. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. Then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go, and cry unto the gods unto whom they offer incense. But they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. For according to the number of thy cities were thy gods, O Judah, and according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem have ye set up altars to that shameful thing, even offers to burn incense unto Baal. Therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them. For I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. Listen to that. How many Christians, you know what they'll say? They'll say, well, that's the Old Testament. That's the Old Testament. We don't follow the Old Testament. Where'd my highlighter go? God said, don't even pray for him. Ain't no sense in praying for him. He gone. Say, no, we need to pray for the reprobates. God says he's not going to listen when they cry out to him. Therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. And these are people who are worshiping other gods, burning incense to Baal. Ain't no sense in praying for them. They gone. They're already gone. What hath my beloved to do in mine house, seeing she hath wrought lewdness with many? And the holy flesh is passed from thee. When thou doest evil, then thou rejoicest. The Lord called thy name a green olive tree, fair and of goodly fruit, and the noise of a great tumult he hath kindled fire upon it. Oh, with the noise of a great tumult he hath kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken. For the Lord of hosts that planted thee hath pronounced evil against thee. For the evil of the house of Israel and of the house of Judah, which they have done against themselves to provoke me to anger in offering incense unto Baal. The Lord hath pronounced evil against thee. And the Lord hath given me knowledge of it, and I know it. Then thou showedest me their doings. But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter, and I knew not that they had devised devices against me, saying, Let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof, and let us cut him off from the land of the living, that his name may be no more remembered. Hold on, I need to mark something real quick. Wonder what this word pronounced here means. He spoke it, and when he speaks it, it exists. Let me look this up in the interlinear. Jeremiah 11:17. Interlinear. It's Greek. The house of Israel, the house of evil, for doom against you has pronounced Deber. You who planted of hosts for Yahweh to Baal offering incense provoke me to anger. They have done it. Which of Judah has pronounced Deber. For the Lord has spoken. Yep, I was right. The word pronounced there means he spoke it. So Deber. I think it's Deber. Promised, spoken, has spoken, and who spoke to me, in which he spake to me. He said to me, the Lord hath spoken. So for those who did, for the Lord of hosts that planted thee hath spoken evil against thee. For the evil of the house of Jerusalem. There's another one. And another one. I try to talk to him. I'm going to try to tell him. People will find every possible made up extra biblical explanation to say that God doesn't create evil or speak evil or do evil. They'll say it's not in his nature. What do you mean? He created everything. They do evil to him, he speaks evil to them. And what God speaks is, he speaks things into existence. Got another one. Where was I? But, O Lord of hosts, that judgest righteously, that triest the reins in the heart, let me see thy vengeance on them. For unto thee have I revealed my cause. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of the men of Anathoth that seek thy life, saying, Prophesy not in the name of the Lord, that thou die not by our hand. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, Behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword. Their sons and their daughters shall die by famine, and there shall be no remnant of them. For I will bring evil upon the men of Anathoth, even the year of their visitation. Got another one there. Righteous art thou, O Lord, when I plead with thee, yet let me talk with thee. Why is this part written differently? It's like the paragraphs are different. Righteous art thou, O Lord, when I plead with thee. This is chapter 12, by the way. Yet let me talk with thee of thy judgments. Wherefore doth the way of the wicked prosper? Wherefore are all they happy that deal very treacherously? Thou hast planted them, yea, they have taken root. They grow, yea, they bring forth fruit. Thou art near in their mouth and far from their reins. But thou, O Lord, knowest me. Thou hast seen me and tried mine heart toward thee. Pull them out like sheep for the slaughter, and prepare them for the day of slaughter. How long shall the land mourn, and the herbs of every field wither? For the wickedness in them that dwell therein. The beasts are consumed, and the birds, because they said, He shall not see our last end. If thou hast run with the footmen, and they have wearied thee, then how canst thou contend with horses? And if in the land of peace, wherein thou trusteth, they wearied thee, then how wilt thou do in the swelling of Jordan? For even thy brethren in the house of thy father, even they have dealt treacherously with thee. Yea, they have called a multitude after thee. Believe them not, for they speak fair words unto thee. I have forsaken mine house, I have left mine heritage. I have given the dearly beloved of my soul into the hand of her enemies. Mine heritage is unto me as a lion in the forest. It crieth out against me. Therefore have I hated it. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard. They have trodden my portion under foot. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness. They have made it desolate, and being desolate, it mourneth unto me. The whole land is made desolate, because no man layeth it to heart. The spoilers are come upon all high places through the wilderness. For the sword of the Lord shall devour from the one end of the land even unto the other end of the land. No flesh shall have peace. They have sown wheat, but shall reap thorns. They have put themselves to pain, but shall not profit. And they shall be ashamed of your revenues because of the fierce anger of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord against all mine evil neighbors that touch the inheritance, which I have caused my people Israel to inherit. Behold, I will pluck them out of their land, and pluck out the house of Judah from among them. And it shall come to pass, after that I have plucked them out, I will return and have compassion on them, and will bring them again, every man to his heritage, and every man to his land. And it shall come to pass, if they will diligently learn the ways of my people, to swear by my name, the Lord liveth, as they taught my people to swear by Baal, then shall they be built in the midst of my people. But if they will not obey, I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation, saith the Lord. What's interesting is this is all prophecy. Like this hasn't happened yet. This is going to happen. God's saying it's going to happen. Thus saith the Lord unto me, Go and get thee a linen girdle, and put it upon thy loins, and put it not in water. So I got a girdle according to the word of the Lord, and put it on my loins. And this is chapter 13, by the way. And the word of the Lord came unto me a second time, saying, Take the girdle that thou hast got, which is upon thy loins, and arise. Go to Euphrates, and hide it there in a hole of the rock. So I went and hid it by Euphrates, as the Lord commanded me. And it came to pass after many days that the Lord said unto me, Arise, go to Euphrates, and take the girdle from thence, which I commanded thee to hide there. Then I went to Euphrates and digged, and took the girdle from the place where I had hid it. And behold, the girdle was marred. It was profitable for nothing. Then, that's because you buried it in a hole by a river. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Thus saith the Lord, After this manner will I mar the pride of Judah and the great pride of Jerusalem. This evil people, which refuse to hear my words, which walk in the imagination of their heart, and walk after other gods to serve them and to worship them, shall even be as this girdle, which is good for nothing. I'd be like, did I really have to destroy my girdle to make this point, God? For as the girdle cleaveth to the loins of a man, so have I caused to cleave unto me the whole house of Israel and the whole house of Judah, saith the Lord, that they might be unto me for a people and for a name and for a praise and for a glory. But they would not hear. Therefore thou shalt speak unto them this word. Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, every bottle shall be filled with wine, and they shall say unto thee, do we not certainly know that every bottle shall be filled with wine? Then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will fill all the inhabitants of this land, even the kings that sit upon David's throne, and the priests and the prophets, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem with drunkenness. And I will dash them one against another, even the fathers and the sons together, saith the Lord. That's the that's the second time that something like that has been said. Atheists will always jump on that. It's more graphic earlier on. I think it's in Chronicles. It's more graphic in there. It says he'll dash babies' heads against stones of the enemies of Israel. But now he's saying he's gonna dash them one, like smash them. Like, I'm going to smash them together. It's metaphorical. It's not like God's going to reach down and grab a son and a father and start smashing them together. But the imagery is there that is not going to be good for him. I will not pity, nor spare, nor have mercy, but destroy them. Oh, man. This is why I love the Old Testament. This is why, I don't know, some of the stuff Christians say, I'm just like, you skipped the whole Old Testament, didn't you? You think it's just all lovey-dovey. You just go to the nice parts, huh? Hear ye, but then they'll just say, we don't like the Old Testament. Christians don't follow the Old Testament. Where do you get that from? Where do they get that from? Not a jot or a tittle shall fall away. That's not what Jesus says. It's not what the Bible says. But every Christian repeats it ad nauseum. I don't know where it comes from. Well, I do know where it comes from. It comes from false prophets. But why does my phone keep going off? What are all these alerts? Jalen sent me $5 on Cash App. He said, "Happy 200 BITCH. You should have been banned." He sent me money just to tell me that he wishes I was banned. That's funny. Hear ye and give ear. Be not proud, for the Lord hath spoken. Give glory to the Lord your God, before he cause darkness, and before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains. And while ye look for light, he turn it into the shadow of death, and make it gross darkness. While you look for light, God will turn that light into the shadow of death and make it gross darkness. But if you will not hear it, my soul shall weep in secret places for your pride, and mine eye shall weep sore and run down with tears, because the Lord's flock is carried away captive. Dude, Jeremiah is fire. I like Jeremiah. I don't know why I've never uh really dug into Jeremiah before, but I like it. Say unto the king and to the queen, humble yourselves, sit down, for your principalities shall come down, even the crown of your glory. The cities of the south shall be shut up, and none shall open them. Judah shall be carried away captive, all of it. It shall be wholly carried away captive. Lift up your eyes and behold, them that come from the north. Where is the flock that was given thee, thy beautiful flock? What wilt thou say when he shall punish thee? For thou hast taught them to be captains, and as chief over thee. Shall not sorrow take thee as a woman in travail? And if thou say in thine heart, wherefore come these things upon me? For the greatness of thine iniquity are thy skirts discovered, and thy heels made bare. Can the Ethiopian, I can't get the page to turn. Can the Ethiopian change his skin? Can the Ethiopian change his skin? I bet he wishes he could. Can the Ethiopian change his skin or the leopard his spots? I mean, nowadays they got bleaching. You can be like Michael Jackson. I guess the Ethiopian could change his skin. Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. Therefore will then may ye also, can the Ethiopian change his skin? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. Basically saying, same way that an Ethiopian can't change his skin, a leopard can't change his spots. Those that do evil, you can't just start doing good if you're accustomed to doing evil. Therefore will I scatter them as the stubble that passeth away by the wind of the wilderness. This is thy lot, the portion of thy measures from me, saith the Lord, because thou hast forgotten me and trusted in falsehood. Therefore will I discover thy skirts upon thy face, that thy shame may appear. I have seen thine adulteries and thy neighings, the lewdness of thy whoredom, and thine abominations on the hills and the fields. Woe unto thee, O Jerusalem! Wilt thou not be made clean? When shall it once be? Again, the adulteries and the whorings, the whoredom. We'll try to get two more out here real quick. Chapter 14. The word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah concerning the dearth. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. And their nobles have sent their little ones to the waters. They came to the pits and found no water. They returned with their vessels empty. They were ashamed and confounded and covered their heads. Because the ground is chapped, for there was no rain in the earth. The plowmen were ashamed, they covered their heads. Yea, the hind also calved in the field and forsook it, because there was no grass. Basically, the cows are dying. The earth is dried up. And the wild asses did stand in the high places. They snuffed up the wind like dragons. Their eyes did fail because there was no grass. They snuffed up the wind like dragons. O Lord, though our iniquities testify against us, do thou it for thy name's sake, for our backslidings are many. We have sinned against thee. O the hope of Israel, the Savior thereof in time of trouble. Why shouldest thou be as a stranger in the land, and as a wayfaring man that turneth aside to tarry for a night? Why shouldest thou be as a man astonied, as a mighty man that cannot save? Yet thou, O Lord, art in the midst of us, and we are called by thy name. Leave us not. Thus saith the Lord unto this people, thus have they loved to wander. They have not refrained their feet. Therefore the Lord doth not accept them. He will now remember their iniquity and visit their sins. Then said the Lord unto me, pray not for this people for their God. When they fast, I will not hear their cry. And when they offer burnt offering and an oblation, I will not accept them, but I will consume them by the sword and by the famine and by the pestilence. Then said I, Ah, Lord God, behold, the prophets say unto them, Ye shall not see the sword, neither shall ye have famine, but I will give you assured peace in this place. Then the Lord said unto me, The prophets prophesy lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught, and the deceit of their heart. Therefore, thus saith the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, Sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. And the people to whom they prophesy shall be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword, and they shall have none to bury them, their wives, nor their sons, nor their daughters, for I will pour their wickedness upon them. Therefore, thou shalt say this word unto me, Let mine eyes run down with tears night and day, and let them not cease, for the virgin daughter of my people is broken with a great breach, with a very grievous blow. If I go forth into the field, then behold, the slain with the sword. And if I enter into the city, then behold them that are sick with famine. Yea, both the prophet and the priest go about into a land that they know not. Hast thou utterly rejected Judah? Hast thy soul loathed Zion? Why hast thou smitten us, and there is no healing for us? We looked for peace, and there is no good, and for the time of healing, and behold trouble. We acknowledge, O Lord, our wickedness and the iniquity of our fathers, for we have sinned against thee. Do not abhor us. For thy name's sake, do not disgrace the throne of thy glory. Remember, break not thy covenant with us. Are there any among the vanities of the Gentiles that can cause rain, or can the heavens give showers? Art not thou he, O Lord our God? Therefore we will wait upon thee, for thou hast made all these things. Okay, one more chapter. Chapter 15. We're going to stop. The Lord's unyielding anger. And people will say, well, when Jesus comes, all this stuff doesn't happen anymore. Not true. This is near prophecy and far prophecy. This is near prophecy talking about Babylon coming and capturing Israel. But we know this is far prophecy because Daniel repeats it while he's in Babylon under Nebuchadnezzar. And then John of Patmos repeats it in Revelation talking about the future. So just because Jesus came doesn't mean all this stuff is cyclical. It constantly happens over and over and over again throughout the Bible. Jesus gives us a way out of it, a way to be forgiven, the ultimate sacrifice, instead of burning offerings to gods and stuff. But in the same way that God will destroy these people in the Old Testament, he destroys people in the New Testament too. And he'll destroy people every single day. And there ain't no sense in praying for them because they gone. It's called being given over to a reprobate mind. It's called their father is Satan. And God destroys them every day. Now, currently. Jesus just gives us a way out of it. But I mean, Israel had a way out of it too. They just couldn't do it. They couldn't follow the law. And so Jesus gives us a way to. That doesn't mean we shouldn't still try to follow the laws. People are going to start calling me a Judaizer. I think the Old Testament's based. Everybody has to have a label to put on somebody. Do not abhor us for thy name's sake. Do not disgrace the throne of thy glory. Oh wait, am I on 15 yet? Do not break. Remember, break not thy covenant with us. Are there any among the vanities? Oh yeah, I already read that. Okay, we're on 15. Craig Young, what up, sir? Chapter 15. I'm not a Judaizer, by the way. I'm not gonna be doing not wearing different colors and not eating shellfish. I eat shellfish and I wear clothes with different fabrics. But there are moral laws that are repeated ad nauseum in the New Testament. And I fail at some of those too. But I strive to not do that. Chapter 15. This is the last chapter for the day. You got here late, Craig. Craig. Chapter 15. Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death, to death, such as are for death, to death. Oh, so they say, it shall come to pass, if they say to you, where should we go? You should answer them, such as are for death, to death. You are for death. Where should you go? You should go to death. Such as are for life should go to life. But in this case, Israel and Judah are a mess. And or Jerusalem and Judah. Israel is a mess. And so they are for death, and they're going to death. And such as are for the sword, to the sword. And such as are for famine, to the famine. And such as are for captivity, to captivity. Some of you are going to starve. Some of you are going to die in war. Some of you are just going to die. And some of you are going to be slaves. So where should you go when the enemy comes? You're either going to starve to death, die in a war, just die, or go be a slave. That's where you should go. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord. The sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. And I will cause them to be removed into all kingdoms of the earth, because of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, king of Judah, for that which he did in Jerusalem. One thing that he did was have a bunch of wives. He multiplied wives unto himself, which is forbidden. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? Thou hast forsaken me, saith the Lord. Thou art gone backward. Therefore will I stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee. I am weary with repenting. And I will fan them with a fan in the gates of the land. I will bereave them of children. I will destroy my people, since they return not from their ways. Their widows are increased to me above the sand of the seas. I have brought upon them against the mother of the young men a spoiler at noonday. I have caused him to fall upon it suddenly, and terrors upon the city. She that hath borne 7 languisheth. She hath given up the ghost. Her sun is gone down while it was yet day. She hath been ashamed and confounded, and the residue of them will I deliver to the sword before the enemies, saith the Lord. Woe is me, my mother, that thou hast borne me a man of strife and a man of contention to the whole earth. I have neither lent on usury, nor men have lent to me on usury. Yet every one of them doth curse me. The Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction. Shall iron break the northern iron and the steel? Thy substance and thy treasures will I give to the spoil without price, and that for all thy sins, even in all thy borders. And I will make thee to pass with thine enemies into a land which thou knowest not. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, which shall burn upon you. O Lord, thou knowest. Remember me and visit me, and revenge me of my persecution. Take me not away in thy long suffering. Know that for thy sake I have suffered rebuke. This is almost like a prayer from Jeremiah to God. I like that. Thy words were found, and I did eat them. And thy word was unto me the joy and rejoicing of mine heart. For I am called by thy name, O Lord, God of hosts. I sat not in the assembly of the mockers, nor rejoiced. I sat alone because of thy hand, for thou hast filled me with indignation. Why is my pain perpetual, and my wound incurable, which refuseth to be healed? Wilt thou be altogether unto me as a liar, and as waters that fail? Therefore, thus saith the Lord, if thou return, then will I bring thee again, and thou shalt stand before me. And if thou take forth the precious from the vial, thou shalt be as my mouth. Let them return unto thee, but return not thou unto them. And I will make thee unto this people a fenced brazen wall, and they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee, for I am with thee, to save thee and to deliver thee, saith the Lord. And I will deliver thee out of the hand of the wicked, and I will redeem thee out of the hand of the terrible. And that was chapter 15. We're going to stop there for the day. I got a lot of new notes. A lot of stuff there. A lot of little trinkets that we found today. Well, the potter and the clay again. This keeps getting repeated. Tomorrow we're going to read in Jeremiah 19. I have a note. This is a refutation of Shiva said that the Bible, God justifies child sacrifice. And I have a refutation of this here in Jeremiah 19. I think, yeah, I'm pretty excited for Ezekiel and Daniel too, and I'm liking Jeremiah. It's nice to kind of be in like a new section of the Bible. It's kind of a different style of writing, and I like this change in the style. The life and journeys of the Apostle Paul. All right. I didn't even know this was in the back of my Bible. Almsgivings. Okay. Anyway. All right. We did 10 chapters. I'm going to head out. No need for a raid. There's only 7 people, so thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Read some more. I'm gonna dip, take a quick shower, and go to bed. All right. Have a good one, everybody. God bless. Again, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm out. Peace. Thanks for hanging out.